The Life of Chuck is the upcoming movie from Mike Flanagan adapting the Stephen King novella of the same name from his 2020 collection If It Bleeds. As the title suggests, the story tells the life of Charles Chuck Krantz, a man dying from a brain tumor. The story is told in reverse order, and is definitely among the more experimental of King's works. Lacking much of King's conventional horror storytelling, The Life of Chuck instead relies on King's amazing work with character. Mike Flanagan, the horror mastermind behind The Fall of the House of Usher, The Haunting of Hill House, and Midnight Mass, is directing the adaptation. The prospect of another Flanagan-directed King adaptation after 2017's Gerald's Game and 2019's Dr. Sleep has already gained a lot of attention. Add in that The Life of Chuck's cast is led by the likes of Tom Hiddleston, Mark Hamill, and Karen Gillan, and the new horror film could be set to be one of the strongest Stephen King adaptations in recent memory, most recent The Life of Chuck news. The first teaser is revealed. Tom Hiddleston as Chuck Krantz smiling in The Life of Chuck. Months after the long-awaited film finally set a release date, the latest news arrives in the form of a teaser for The Life of Chuck. The minute-long teaser opens with an extended shot of a starry sky before cutting to Chuck as he walks down a crowded street. Throughout the teaser there is a ticking motif, referencing the ticking of a clock, a heart monitor, and a drummer. It then shows a few clips of Chuck at different stages of his life before ending with a scene of Chuck walking away from the camera while surrounded by a bustling crowd. Because of its award-winning appearance at the Toronto International Film Festival, The Life of Chuck has scored a distribution deal with Neon. The indie distributor behind hits like Longlegs and Cuckoo is set to release the movie theatrically on May 30, 2025, and it will likely have a relatively wide release. The movie does open opposite Karate Kid, Legends, though it's unlikely that the movies will have much overlap in their target audiences. The Life of Chuck cast details. Tom Hiddleston leads an all-star cast. The Life of Chuck cast is star-studded, although some cast details haven't been revealed. Tom Hiddleston, Loki, Crimson Peak, will lead the cast as Charles Chuck Krantz, the central character of both the film and the original story in the novella collection If It Bleeds by Stephen King. Hiddleston will be joined by Mark Hamill, Batman, the animated series, Star Wars, as Albie, although no details about the character are known. Unlike other films which slowly mete out their cast list over time, an exhaustive list of stars has been revealed. The Life of Chuck is based on a story from the 2020 Stephen King novella collection If It Bleeds. The novella The Life of Chuck is split into 3 acts, told in reverse chronological order, starting with the death of Chuck, Tom Hiddleston in the movie, then proceeding to showcase moments in his life, culminating with his childhood as an orphan in a supposedly haunted house. Throughout the story, Chuck is dying from a brain tumor, and his perception of reality is slipping as his brain slowly ceases to function, and that impacts how the story is told. Exactly how Mike Flanagan will adapt the source material for The Life of Chuck remains to be seen. Stephen King is notorious for being less than favorable when it comes to some movie adaptations of his work. However, with Mike Flanagan involved, it seems that The Life of Chuck has the ingredients to be among the better Stephen King movies. The Life of Chuck trailer. Watch the first teaser trailer below. Tom Hiddleston softly smiling in The Life of Chuck. With months to go before the movie's release, a teaser for The Life of Chuck arrive in March 2025. Opening with a shot of a starry sky, the teaser then shows a ticking clock and a heart monitor as it beeps along in time. It then cuts to Chuck walking away from the camera on a crowded street before showing Chuck at various stages in his life. The teaser concludes with a high-angle shot of Chuck standing in the street as life passes around him.